People still debate and speculate on the cause of Damar Hamlin's collapse during the Bills-Bengals game on January 2nd. Two news stories are emerging. First, and probably most importantly, Damar Hamlin's return to the Buffalo Bills locker room this last Sunday was very, very inspiring for not just his team, but many others as well. It was also quite a relief to other football fans out there. This is wonderful news. I am grateful to hear that he is doing well. I'm sure you are. The other story here is business oriented. Well, business and entertainment oriented, because there's a potential deep rift that could form, or is forming, between ESPN and the NFL. And this is not good news because it could create some real issues moving forward into what is now a brand new 10-year agreement for Monday Night Football. Now, before we get started, just a quick reminder right here to go ahead and hit that like button down below. And then double check that you're still subscribed and that you've got your notifications turned on. That way you won't miss any future videos, live streams, or shorts, or even community messages that could come through at any time, because I do make quite a bit of content. Also, if you wouldn't mind, share this video out with everybody that you know on your socials. That would be wonderful. That really will help grow the channel. And I guess I can say this, I'd like to set my goal, and I think I already have, of getting to about 10,000 subscribers by midsummer this year. Now, I'm sure anyone paying attention to the Monday night game on January 2nd got a sick feeling in their stomach when they watched Damar Hamlin getting CPR on the field after making a tackle. It seemed to take an eternity to get him the aid that he needed, and then to get him on his way to the hospital. The news seemed particularly dire over the next few hours that we were paying attention to what was happening, and the outpouring of support from fans and obviously friends and family alike was amazing. It actually grew one of his charitable efforts exponentially, and I think that was rather remarkable. Of course, as this news became more promising, and over the next few weeks after that event, we heard of his improvement. You ended up with his teammates, his fans, and other pro football fans and people across the football community kind of breathing a collective sigh of relief, because all of the good news was that he was neurologically intact and was able to be up and about again. The bad news is what was actually taking place for the 20 or so minutes in that game while it was paused. Joe Buck repeatedly claimed that the game was going to continue. He even referenced league sources in making that claim. So something was definitely going on. Joe Buck, he's a longtime legendary announcer following in the footsteps of his father, who I appreciated more, but he wouldn't report anything like this. He would only report what he was told. That's a big deal. So here's the problem with all of this reporting. The league insists that they never indicated that they would move forward with the game. It's been reported that those decisions come from the top down, so it's made at the highest levels. So probably somebody who was either in the broadcast center or possibly even Goodell himself. And again, these are my expectations and my understanding based on what's being reported. So I think something was brewing in the background there. Now, there have been pretty horrific injuries in the NFL before, where a game was paused and they went back to playing 10, 15, 20 minutes later. That's happened before. So it's within the realm of possibility that that likely could have occurred. It's also fair to say that ESPN and the NFL have had some difficulties in the past. This isn't the first time that ESPN has run a story that the NFL wasn't super excited about. In fact, some of the concussion stuff was really troublesome between the two entities. And of course, a lot of that stuff was set aside with John Skipper's departure from ESPN, and obviously he was replaced by Jimmy Pitaro. I think, I don't want to get his name wrong. Jimmy Pitaro, who was elevated to the chief role there. There's an ironclad contract here. It's between the NFL and ESPN. It's there for a decade. So how would this hurt their relationship? Well, it could hurt their access to information. It could hurt some of their reporters getting access to certain players or league officials. That's speculation on my part, but it's happened before with other sports leagues and other reporting entities. It could also hurt them in the matchups that they receive for Monday Night Football. And I have to say, honestly, I am so glad that Damar Hamlin is back on his feet, and I hope that he is able to start competing again next year. But I can't say that I'm not somewhat amused if there is a rift between the ESPN folks and the NFL. And with that, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bye.